everybody, so today I'm going to be doing another Lush ranking video. Bubble bars are my absolute favorite from Lush. If you've been on my channel, you probably know that already just because I have an abundance of bubble bars. It's kind of funny because I do have a lot of bubble bars since they are like my favorite thing from Lush, but I don't have a lot of the regular range ones just because I tend to buy a lot of the seasonal products since I know they're going to be leaving soon and I don't know if they're going to be back the next year. So I don't have a lot of the regular bubble bars on me. Even though I don't have all these bubble bars on hand, I've smelled them, I've tried them, and I'm pretty familiar with how they are, so I can kind of remember how I feel about them and I can rank them pretty well. Also, this morning I tried to paint my nails and be all cute and girly, but then my left hand got really messed up because apparently it wasn't dry, and I tried to fix it by smushing it, and it's just really disgusting. Altogether, Lush has 14 bubble bars in their collection all year round, and I'm very passionate about these bubble bars, and I have very strong opinions about these bubble bars, so I might kind of ramble as I'm doing right now. I'm sorry. This is taking too long. I'm going to be ranking from my very favorite to my very least favorite, so at the end of the video you'll be seeing my least favorites, so we'll end on a bad note, but I like starting on a good note, so we're going to start with my absolute favorite bubble bar. Oh, did you hear that crack my neck? Oh yeah. Alright guys, so my very favorite bubble bar probably doesn't come as a huge surprise to most of you, especially if you watched my previous video, which was my Lush ultimate favorites of all time with the retro and the seasonal and all that type of thing. My very favorite is the Bright Side Bubble Bar. This bubble bar is insane. I've gotten it multiple times and it's never a disappointment. I love it because it's bright orange and it just makes you super happy because it smells like oranges, it's super zesty, and I especially love it at this time of year just because it's so like refreshing. Not only does it look beautiful on the outside, it also makes your bath water a beautiful orange color, which I love. I love not having to use a bath bomb. I love not having to use a bath bomb because a bubble bar is so pigmented that you don't have to. I just think that's a nice bonus, and sometimes it's nice to, you know, cocktail, whatever. But I like the Bright Side because of that. I also really love the Bright Side because it lasts a really long time. Even though it's kind of pricey, it does last you probably 3 or 4 baths with huge amounts of bubbles. And it just makes your bathroom smell amazing, super citrusy. Any citrus lover would love this bubble bar. If you're a kid, if you're an adult, it makes huge bubbles, and it's just a great bubble bar that I would highly recommend. A very close second to the Bright Side Bubble Bar is the Comforter. I really love this bubble bar because it's such a Lush classic. It's also really beautiful and it makes your bath water a beautiful pink. But not only that, it also smells really delicious. It smells like very sweet and very girly. It's girly, berry, sweet yumminess. You can get anywhere from 4 to 8 uses out of it. I know my sister-in-law used to cut it up into 8 and I was like, holy mackerel. I would highly recommend it to anyone who loves the berry, blackcurrant, vanilla, delicious, girly scent. It gives you the most fluffy bubbles and it's just amazing in a Lush classic. Number 3 comes the Rose Jam Bubble Rune. I know this technically isn't a bubble bar because it's a bubble rune, but it's in the bubble bar section of the Lush website, so I'm counting it in here because it's amazing. Rose Jam, if you don't know already, is one of my absolute favorite scents. It's just so beautiful. It's filled with rose, but it's not like a sickening or granny scent. And I know you've probably heard me describe this scent a million times if you're familiar with my channel and you watch my videos regularly. That whole sentence was weird. I said wash my videos regularly. Anyway, I love this because it's so jam-packed with the rose jam scent, and I honestly think that's one of the most beautiful scents that Lush has in their store. If you like roses or any floral scent, get this. It's not sickening or disgusting in any way, and it gives your water a beautiful moisturization factor, which I really like. The only downside to this bubble bar is that it doesn't give the most amount of bubbles just because it does have that moisturization factor, but I think it's really worth it if you need that extra moisturization and you really like the scent. It's great to pair with other rose jam scented products and even like more citrusy scented bath bombs and stuff like that. I think it's a really great bubble bar / bubble rune, and I think anyone who likes a floral scent would really enjoy it. I love this because it gives your whole entire bathroom a beautiful rose scent with a little kick of lemon that makes the whole bathroom like pop and really like in your face, like fireworks, you know, like pop rocks, like pew, pew. Ugh, my foot is falling asleep. Number 4 on my list is the Creamy Candy Bubble Bar. This bubble bar I haven't really talked about much recently on my channel, but I really do love it. It is a little bit small for its price, which I don't like, but it has another moisturization factor, which I like. I could probably only get 1 to 2 uses out of this bubble bar just because it's so small, but it is really nice and really luxurious. It makes your whole bathroom smell like it, which is a super sweet, girly scent. It has like vanilla, and it basically just smells like bubble gum, and I love it so much. If you're ever in the mood for a super girly bath, I would highly recommend the Creamy Candy. Not only does it smell super girly like bubblegum and vanilla, it also makes your skin super nice and moisturized. Number 5 is another bubble rune, and it's the Yuzu and Coco. I love this bubble rune because it has all the aspects of the rose jam except for its scent, which is also amazing. So it smells like coconut and sweet bakery-ish scent, which I know that's like a horrible description, but it smells very coconutty and very sweet like vanilla, which I love, and it's also really moisturizing, and it gives you the same amount of bubbles just like the rose jam. I do really love the scent, but it's just a little bit less versatile than the rose jam, at least in my opinion. Anyone who loves coconut would love the Yuzu and Coco. I think the scent is gorgeous.
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. That is, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so
This is the Granny Takes a Dip. This is another new product that Lush came out with recently. One of the reasons I really like this particular bubble bar is because it has a really interesting scent that Lush doesn't usually play around with very much. First off, you smell like a sweet type of vanilla smell, but then you smell the ginger in it, which I really, really like. I'm not a big ginger flavor lover, like I don't really like eating ginger very much, but the scent is really nice, and it just kind of, I don't know, it's different, which I like. It would go with a lot of different products, which I like about it, and it's just so pretty, and I honestly really, really love this bubble bar, and I recommend it to a lot of different people. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the Big Bang Bubble Bar. I love this bubble bar. It's a new one that Lush came out with pretty recently. It came from Lush Oxford Street. I like this because it's a 2-in-1 product, so even though it's a little bit more pricey, you get 2 products in one. So you get bath melt on the top with stars, and then all the rest is bubble bar. It's amazing. It's just super lemony and in your face, but it is kind of a disappointment in the bubbles factor. It does give you some bubbles, but they do disappear pretty quickly, and in the first place they don't really give you a huge amount of bubbles. So I'd recommend using this in half or a full one if you want a large amount of bubbles, which again is super pricey and annoying. I would recommend this bubble bar to anyone who takes pretty short baths because the bubbles do disintegrate pretty quickly, and then it does leave your skin really moisturized and soft. Next on my list is the French Kiss Bubble Bar, and I have a nasty little piece. The scent of this bubble bar smells just like lavender, so it'll leave you very relaxed and sleepy, so if you're having a hard day or a hard week, I would definitely recommend using this bubble bar in the bath. The reason I don't particularly really love it is because it's not a wow factor, and honestly I don't have very hard time falling asleep, so I don't need to use it very often, but if I am having a hard week, I would probably tend to use this bubble bar. I'm sorry if the angle changed. I am annoying and I talk way too much, so then my batteries run out, so I'm sorry.
Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous.
Alright guys, so next up on my list is the Karma, and I will be honest with you guys, I haven't tried the new formula of it, which looks super cool. It's like purple and it's in this pyramid shape, which I really like. But as for the scent, I either love it or I either hate it. Most of the times I love it, I'll be honest. But I don't tend to use it very often because it's a very controversial scent, so I'm kind of like anxious whenever I use it, so I don't tend to use it very often. This bubble bar smells like patchouli and citrus, so if you do not like patchouli, do not get this bubble bar because it smells very strongly of that. It's a very nice scent to me most of the time, but I don't like to use it very often. Alright guys, so the next product I'm going to talk to you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, so the next product I'm going to talk to you guys about is the Milky Bath Bubble Bar. This bubble bar is extremely boring. I don't really like this product because it doesn't smell like anything to me. I mean, I can smell a couple different things in it, but it's really not strong at all. And I guess that isn't totally a bad thing because you can pair it with different things, but I feel like other products would just be so much better to buy from Lush just because Lush has so many other great bubble bars. Again, it's not a bad product, it's just not something super amazing, and honestly, I just don't think it's worth the money if it's gonna not smell incredible. Alright guys, next up is the Green Bubble Rune. I just really don't like the scent of this bubble bar slash bubble rune. I think it's just green, and I don't like the smell of green. It just feels like I'm bathing in grass, which I think that would be actually pretty appealing to some people, but not to me. It just smells way too earthy and not appealing to me. Alright guys, you probably guessed it by now, but my very least favorite bubble bar from Lush is the Blue Skies and Fluffy White Clouds. I have always hated this bubble bar. I've never actually tried it in the bath, but I can know from just smelling it on the outside that I will hate it because it smells like literal dirt. Whenever I go into the Lush store, I smell this, and it seriously smells like I just got a shovel, got some dirt, and it has like worms and stuff in it, and I went up to smell it. It smells horrendous to me. I do not like it. I'm sure it'll give your water a beautiful amount of bubbles and it'll give it a good blue color, but it's just so nasty. I love making this type of video, so make sure you like this video to let me know if you want to see more, and comment which category of Lush products you would like to see next. I'd really like to know that. Also, let me know what your absolute favorite and least favorite Lush bubble bars are in order, just like I did in this video, in the comments. I would really love to know. Alright guys, that is finally it. I will see you guys very soon. Bye!